Remember the 454? Huh? She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. Now, I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but she's gone. I had it. Remember, I had that in the vet, and then I had it in the yammy, and then I had it in the chopper. She's gone, right? I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but buddy, I got Frankie some good. You know it's Frankie. Lives next door to me, Frankie. Ralphie's brother. Well, you know it's him now, eh, boy? He looks like Hulk Hogan, only half so pretty. Because there's two things on this earth I hate. Number one, Frankie talking about the stuff he got and the stuff I don't got and bragging all the time. Number two is Frankie's goat, because Frankie got to go. No. I got to go. Because Frankie leaves the gate open all the time. He's always over in my garden, chewing on my cabbages and generally making a nuisance of himself. And then Frankie's leaning his face over the garden saying, "You need fertilizer." If I had half of what Frankie's full of, I'd have lots of fertilizer, all right, I tell you that right now. And then Frankie's lawnmower, that's something else drives me up the wall. I'm going to tell you, Frankie's lawnmower, he got one of them ride-on lawnmowers, eh? He ordered them from the catalogue. Now, he knows he couldn't make the payments. He didn't mind that. He knows he couldn't afford it. He didn't mind that. So long as he could have her for 2 months of the summer and drive my window every morning at 5 o'clock, he'd be satisfied. But I didn't let it get to me! Anger control. Okay, focus. Okay, I got it. I'm okay. But he got some fright hole, man. Had her all last summer, see? Kept her over the winter, never made a payment on her. 10 months behind in his payments, eh, boy? Next thing you know, a little feller from the catalogue company is knocking on his door. A little sawed-off cracky about 4.5 feet tall. He with a brush-cut and pimply face and Coke bottle glasses and a zoot suit and shiny shoes and 45 pencils in the top pocket. And he got right on the wrong side of Frankie right off. He says, "You're 10 months behind. We're going to have to repossess the Mower." Frankie says, "Oh, yes," he says, "come on to me about being 9 or 10 months behind. I can't help that. I got my priorities. I can't help it if I need smokes and beer." Frankie built the shit around there. 2 days later, the boy shows up with the truck to collect her and couldn't get her out. Frankie built the doors too small. Boy said it was more profitable to leave it where it was. But I got it, right? Oh, yes, I'm going to tell you, I got the Mower now. I'll tell you what happened. Playoffs come on TV. Frankie was going through cold turkey for a case of beer and a pack of smokes, buddy. Now, when a fella goes hard up for a case of beer and a pack of smokes, he'd do anything, wouldn't he? What? He'd trade the wife for it, wouldn't he? You know you would, huh? Yes, he'd trade the youngsters, wouldn't he, boy? What? Yes, old man. He'd trade his quad, wouldn't he, boy? Oh, no, not the quad. I mean, he'd have to have his priorities pretty screwed up to do that, wouldn't he? Oh, man, first game of the playoffs, they never even dropped a puck before Frankie sawed the side out of the shit and whipped her over to my place right fast. And there she was in my shop, and I was doing a customizing job onto her. Because I looked at her, she was hardly worth a case of beer and a pack of smokes. Hey, boy, you ever see him? I mean, when I think about a lawnmower, I want a landscape leveling device. I don't want a little device for cutting grass. I mean, I want to start off with the Blow Me Down Mountains and end up with a golf course in one pass. Am I? What you need is a lot of GDP, gross destructive power. Have I? I looked at those little wheels, old man. You want them that big around. First thing I did was get a decent size of wheels on her. I went and took the rear end out of the skidder and put on her, have I? 7-foot diameter wheels. Now that's a tar. That'll go over some terrain, you know, hey boy, huh? Yeah, I looked at it, old man, put on this pair of bucket seats, with them 6-way power lumbar support bucket seats, one for me, one for the missus, and then a tilting and telescoping steering column with the cruise control onto it, and a 12-speaker audio system developing 250 watts RMS, old man, with a put a CD in there, Marilyn Manson full-time. I'm on max. Yes, sir. And then I looked under the hood, little 18 horsepower Tecumseh engine, large jumping stall out, shaving the hairs off your scrotum. First thing I did, old man, was implant the 454. My son with headers on her going back into 2 10-inch exhaust pipes. Yes, sir. My son developing 356 brake horsepower, and I diverted the dust collection system blower right up into the air horn, significantly increasing the low-end torque. And the standard equipment 4-barrel Holyfield carburetor, all you got to do is give her the fuel. Yes, sir! Now I had a mower! First thing I should have done, I suppose I knows what I should have done. I should have put on one of them remote keyless ignition systems, because I made that mistake. I never even got a chance to start her, man. I put her outside the night I finished her. The night I finished the job, I know it was just about bedtime when I finished her. I rolled her outside, and I kept the keys in the ignition. That was a mistake right there. See, Frankie put them in the ignition. I kept them in the ignition. I mean, you take them out of the ignition, you're gonna lose them, aren't ya? Frankie played dirty on me. He called up the young feller from the catalogue company as soon as I got a hold of it and said, "You can have the mower back. She's parked next door over at my buddy's place. Come and get her anytime you like." I never got a chance to start her up. I rolled her out of the shit that night, oh man, lordy jumpins. Put her there by the shop, and I went to bed, because it was 11:30 or something. 12:30 in the night, 12:30 in the morning. There I am lying in my bunk, taking a snooze, and a truck comes up the road, and I never thought no more about it, boy. She stops and the door opens, someone gets out. Next thing I know, the 454 springs to life right underneath my window down in the driveway. The 2 feet never hit the cold canvas at all. It was in the piss pumps that fast. 3 strides and I went down over the stairs hauling on a coat as I went, you know what I'm saying, And I went out the door and here's Cock Isaac from the catalogue company going down over the garden removing 10 inches of topsoil as he was going. And I'd done the wrong thing, I bawled that. I never should have bawled that because he looked around seen I was scrabbling after him and he panicked. He put her to the floor. You heard of Hurricane Gert, have ya? Same thing, only this was hurricane concentrate. First thing she done was pop a wheelie, my son. She somersaulted 5 times before she pitched the toe. And when she pitched, she come down on her 2 back wheels and her 2 exhaust pipes and stayed upright. Lordy jumping lines. Here she was, the dirty big blender blade on steroids, turning over about 25,000 RPMs and sucking stuff into it, And my son, the exhaust pipes digging holes into the ground, and the 2 wheels reeling up 18 or 20 feet of sod. God, my sonny boy. And the man, he tripped the Marilyn Manson CD and frozen in fear, hanging on, and thought he had gone to hell. Hanging on for dear life. Then she started to move. First thing she done was start twirling around in circles. And my son, she was pulverizing boulders, terminating trees, generally making flour out of everything she contacted. Oh, man. She struck the garbage can, steel wall, just like that. She struck the doghouse, oh man, dog shavings and sawdust. Bah! She going out of control, and then she made for the garden. Up in the garden was Frankie's goat. At this point, I hesitated to see what might happen. The goat had only enough time to pick its head up from chewing on tender young cabbage shoots and glutch back one last mouthful before he was turned into goat burger and bone meal. There is justice after all. Yes. Well, she went out of control about a little more going around the guy. She started digging a hole. She sucked the birch chunk down into her breeder, drove her revs up to 25,000 RPMs, choked her off, oh man, threw a piston out through the side of the block and suffered a nuclear meltdown right there. Wah! Game over, tilt. The young feller couldn't believe she stopped. She stopped, he said. And he took off. Up in the woods behind the house, young feller's found him 3 days later, caught up in a rabbit slip. I looked at the miss and did the logical thing. I went over and got Frankie out of bed. Frankie, I said to him, young fella from the catalogue company have had an accident with the mower. Come over and have a look. Now, Frankie got a weak stomach. He shined his flashlight on the garden, nothing but hamburger and coleslaw all over the place. He turned white, threw up, and fainted. He was out for 3 hours. I lugged him back home. And I never seen him the rest of the summer. The best summer I ever had. And my son, you should have seen my cabbages. What cabbages I had on, man. Every one the size of a basketball, they perfect. Never grub into them at all. My son, beautiful cabbages. Frankie noticed it about 3 weeks ago. He leans his face over the garden fence. I noticed him looking at the cabbages, and he looks at me and says, "You see my goat?" Frankie, I said to him, your goat been all over my garden the whole summer. I don't see him now, I says, but wherever he is, he's fertilizing cabbages.